am Meenakshi Shedde. I'm Senior Program Advisor South Asia to the Toronto International Film Festival. I'm here with a fantastic team of Superboys of Malegaon at TIFF. This is Zoya, Akhtar, the producer. That's Adarsh, Gourav, star of the film. This is Vineet, Kumar, Singh, another star of the film. This is such a fantastic film. It's so many things all in one. It's a tribute to audacity in filmmaking, I think. So it's based on the life of Nasir Sheikh, who was made this Supermen of Malegaon. Audacity, inventiveness to friendship, but also what I also really liked is that it's also tributing very small, marginalized Muslim community and celebrating them in today's India. That's a lot of things to put in one film. What to you was this thing that really sparked it off and said, oh my God, I have to make this film?
I think meeting Nasir. I met Nasir at the Ocean Film Festival in Delhi. And he walked, I recognized him because I had seen the documentary, Superman of Malegaon. He recognized me because I make films. And we walked across the hall from each other. And he came up to me and said, I introduced myself. And he said, I know who you are. And I'm a huge fan of your father's. I've ripped off all his films. And he just said it with such innocence that I just fell for him. And I was like, I started talking to him. And then I spoke to him about his journey and his life and the nuggets that were coming. I was like, there's much more to him than we've seen, and this needed to be made into a film. This was an insane story. Yeah,
this is so delicious. And also, it reminds us also about tributing Aruna Vasudev, who made Ocean, thanks to which many things, even beyond her, it has a very special life as well. But there's really so many things. You don't actually give us a moment to breathe because we're so engrossed in many, many different aspects. Were you worried that there was too much? Because obviously you would have done a lot of research on the ground. And I think I also really liked, because I think Nasir said that there was, you wanted the rights to his life or whatever, or there was a discussion about it, and you said actually you were busy, and there was, I think, Kundan Shah and Saeed Mirza and a whole lot of people who wanted to make a film, and he was in trouble, and he said, no, can you make it? And you said, no, I'm busy, you'll have to wait if you want me, and you can go ahead. And he waited, and he said Sabr was his whole thing, that it paid off, right? So in this long process of development, when you get so much material, how did you know what you had to put in, even though there's already quite a lot, and what to leave out?
First, I had his life rights, but for various reasons, we couldn't put the film into production earlier. And he had a lot of takers. There were a lot of people that approached him. And I did not want him to be holding on if he needed anything, And I was like, I feel terrible making you wait. So you should move on and don't worry about me and move on. And he was like, no, we're not doing this without you guys. So I was like, okay. And he waited, and it was really sweet. But no, you don't, Varun has just captured the essence of Malegaon, the town.
Varun Grover, the writer.
Varun Grover, the writer. The essence of Malegaon, the town. The fact that there was nothing but cinema that helped these guys there in that way. They were friends, family, and cinema. That's what it was. And how influenced they were, and how they made something that represented them. They, like Nasir put himself and his friends and their nuance on the map. So I think he's done it in a very structured, very beautiful way. And it's packed, but you don't feel full. You could take more. Yeah,
it's really special. Tell me about his life. Did you think that in some way it's also tributing what Indian cinema is at some essence? Because anyway, it's like this hugely the most productive, but really with really minimal resources, not that Bollywood, but there are so many huge industries in India. But in a way, is it actually coming to the core of what drives Indian cinema? This kind of imagination, audacity, we got nothing, but we're going to do it. Do you feel at some level?
It is. We're going to make it, and we want to see our people. The reason Indian cinema has survived the onslaught of Hollywood is because we have our own stars. And we are a star-driven industry, like say Hong Kong, and those two industries have survived because we have our own stars. So Tom Cruise film will wait because Shah Rukh Khan's coming to the theater, and that's the way it is. And what he has done is exactly that. He has put stars of Malegaon on there because we want to see our own people, and he did just that.
So wonderful.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Adarsh, you've got a whole body of work from White Tiger to My Name is Khan to a new, deadly new, a prequel series to Ridley Scott's Alien, all kinds of work. Where does this film stand in your body of work? Where does it appeal to you? And I believe you have some extremely, extremely interesting way that you researched and prepared for the role. We want to hear about that, please. Please share that.
I think Superboys of Malegaon is definitely one of the most special projects that I've ever worked on. I also think that it's the first time that I'm playing a real life character, somebody who I could meet and talk to and discuss about what his life has been so far and what his philosophies about life is, what his inner politics is, how his relationship with his friends and his family is. So I think it's been a joyous ride. It's been most rewarding. I think every character that as an actor, when I get the opportunity to play, it really I try to go as close to the spirit of that person that I'm trying to play as I can. And I feel like with Nasir, because he was there, I got the chance to visit Malegaon, and I met all his friends, people from his past who are now not necessarily connected to film. Some of them are doing different things now, and it was so
Very fun ploy to research it, which I really like. Tell us
yeah.
about that, please.
Yeah, so like one day when Nasir and me were sitting, and I said that, Nasir bhai, why don't you make a film again? And it had been a few years since he had made one. So he said, yeah, why not? And we basically, Krantiveer, we made a spoof of Krantiveer. It's a 20-minute spoof of Krantiveer, but it's also mixed with Hera, like Paresh Rawal from Hera Fairy. So it's a weird world that we created. It was written in one day.
So fun.
And some of the best artists in Malegaon, who also have their own independent YouTube channels, are actually part of this short film. And it was,
Nana Ki Kranti.
yeah, it's called Nana Ki Kranti. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
I
So fun.
Yeah, and I produced it. I mean, it didn't take me a lot of money, honestly, and I also assisted on it. It was just such a beautiful process, to just see all these people make films their own way in their own style, and I just saw that reignite this filmmaker spark in Nasir again. It was just so beautiful to see that.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Tell us what stays with you as an artist, because anyway, making art is a struggle in different ways to different people. But after looking at how he addresses his art and kind of grabs it by the horns, did you learn something other than in the process of making the film, something that stays with you, which will really be an eye opener, ear opener, whatever?
What I did learn from Nasir is the ability to forgive and let go.
Oh.
I feel like me as a person, I hold on to things for a very, very long time. And what I don't realize is it's actually detrimental for me more than the person that I'm holding it against. Because he's moved on in life, he's doing his own thing, but I'm still living in my past, holding on to grudges. And I feel like through the film, and you see that when the way Nasir and Farouk then kind of like come back to each other and are able to trust each other again, and are able to do this for a friend who doesn't have a very long time to live anymore. I feel like that really taught me to let go of things, and I felt very light remarkably after I did it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Vineet ji, this is, you've also had a huge body of work on very different films now, a lot of very good offers. So what does this film mean to you? What has it, you play a really idealist writer, of which Bombay mein bahut hi hai, but it's more about your struggles and how you triumph in the end. So what is it that stays with you about the film? What was challenging about the role?
हाँ, राइटर बाप होता है
बिल्कुल
है ना. मुझे लगता है कि अभी जो एक सीरीज़ आई है एंग्री यंग मैन,
जी
तो उन्होंने कैसे राइटर्स का हक शेर के मुंह में हाथ डाल के
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
निकाल के टेबल पे अपने लिए रखा. बहुत बड़ी चीज़ होती है, लेकिन उसके बाद भी राइटर्स को उस तरीके से सेलिब्रेट नहीं किया गया.